Hey everyone, Carey Hodsden PGA here again at X Golf Chesapeake in the wonderful Chesapeake, Virginia. I've got some really interesting stuff to share with you today, and I'm getting ready to do another kind of a blitz where I'm going to put a lot of material out very quickly over the course of the next several days. There's just so much that's bubbling up in my head that I really want to get it out to you, and I'm giving you pieces and parts in these short videos. And I know it's tough to kind of put it all together and say, "Ooh, I got it all," because there is a lot to it to swing kind of in a more classic manner. There's a lot to it to swing in a more modern manner as well, believe it or not, probably more to that. But what I want to try to get across to you is how each part of your body works and how each part of your body works together to create a final outcome. There are a lot of misconceptions out there, and one of the biggest misconceptions I see is static versus kinetic motion, okay? I see a ton of people, just a ton of people, will watch a golf broadcast on national television or cable or whatever have you, and they'll see an announcer, I don't know who it might be, it could be any number of people that are announcing. They'd say, "Hey, look, look at this beautiful position that this guy's in," or "Look at how, Scotty swings through and his foot comes back and, he moves his left foot and all that stuff." Look, those are, when they freeze frame like that, that's static positioning, okay? The golf swing is kinetic. It moves the entire time. The golf swing isn't a collection of positions like it's been taught for the last 40 or 50 years, in my opinion. It's not a collection of positions put together to create one swing, okay? It's a constant motion. The whole swing is one motion. It's one motion back, it's one motion through, all together to create one motion that goes back and through, okay? So your body, your legs, your hips, your knees, your feet, your arms, your head, your chest, your shoulders, all of it has to move in unison with the other parts of your body. If you think of the golf swing as several different pieces, honestly, you have no chance to play good golf. I mean, even if you're the most organized person in your head and you can compartmentalize and you can feel every part of your body to try to, hit all these different shots, or to hit a golf shot, let me put it this way, to hit a golf shot by controlling every aspect of your body through the entire golf swing, even if you could do that, which some people can kind of do that, you're still not going to be swinging freely. You're not going to be getting the most out of your golf swing. You're not going to be using your body to its maximum potential. I mean, you're just not gonna. It's not going to work. So get rid of all these static positions in your head. Stop going to the driving range and going like this, and taking videos of it. Oh, my position is perfect here, my position is perfect there, or whatever have you, or finishing your golf swing. Oh, look at how beautiful that position is. The positions don't matter nearly as much as how your body works together to get the club back to square, to have center face contact in the middle of the bloody club every single time you hit, okay? That creates distance and accuracy, period. Center face contact is everything. And you want to get your entire body working together to make that happen. Honestly, your hands are going to be the most important thing in your entire golf swing because they're the thing that's connected to the golf club. This, unfortunately, is not about our hands, this particular lesson. Although I will be doing one very soon that will give you a ball striking secret that you cannot believe, and it's a feel that, once again, nobody talks about, but I'm going to talk about it to you, and I'm going to give you this ball striking secret with your hands as we move forward. I think it's something that Ben Hogan found, and guys like him and Sam Snead and some of the other old classic golfers. I think Nicklaus found it. I think that there's a bunch of guys that have found that feel. Now, a lot of the modern guys, I think that there are a few. I think Jake Knapp may have found that feel. Okay, and then there may be a few others that may have found the feel of what I'm talking about. But a great number of guys, even that play out there, don't have this feel. What they're doing is more mechanical. Okay, and what I'm trying to get across is that you need to flow, man. You need to flow like water. okay, when you swing a golf club. All right, so having said all that, we'll get to that in another lesson. Today I want to talk about something super important, okay? Now, other people have talked about this over the years to some degree, okay? And there's other things that I teach as well that other people have talked about, excuse me, but then there's a lot of things that I teach that I can't find anybody has talked about any of it, okay? And maybe that's just because that's the way I look at it, or that's the way I feel it, or whatever. But whatever the case is, today's going to be something that other people have talked about, but not to the degree that I'm going to take it. And also, not they haven't necessarily figured out how to fit it into the rest of the golf swing. All right. So today I'm going to talk about the two pillars of the base of your golf swing. Your base being your feet and your hips. Okay. And I want to talk about what centering in your golf swing means, and also where the center of your golf swing actually is. Okay, we talk about the sternum being right here, we want to turn around that sternum. The problem is we don't have one foot. We have 2 feet. We have 2 legs. Okay, and we're trying to create a rotary motion with the upper body from our hips up. Okay, we're trying to create a rotary motion over 2 separate legs. I call them the pillars of the golf swing. Okay, so I've got my right pillar, or my trail pillar, because I'm right-handed, and my left pillar, or my lead pillar, because once again I'm right-handed. It would be the opposite for you, obviously, if you're left-handed. Okay, what does it mean to talk about what does it mean to talk about 2 pillars and the centeredness of your golf swing? What I'm going to try to get across to you today is that the center of your golf swing is really over top of each pillar through the weight shift. Okay? Now, some people are going to say, oh my God, that's so complicated, that's so technical, but it's not. It's not really. It's what has to happen in the golf swing for you to stay centered and for you to really create consistent ball striking. Okay? All right, so let's get started. First of all, once again, don't worry about the lights on my forehead or my eyes. I'm sorry about that. We're going to have this issue for a little while unless we change to rear projectors. But for now, this is the way it's going to be. I am going to be teaching some lessons out on the range here pretty soon, and having you join me there, and that'll be pretty cool. You'll be able to see a little bit more ball flight there, and you'll be able to see some different types of feels and different sounds and things like that. But we'll get to that soon in another couple of weeks. All right, so the 2 pillars. I've got my trail pillar, my right leg, and my lead side pillar, my left leg here. Okay, so when we get into our stance, we want to get into an athletic position, right? And we try to preset our stance in such a way to we're athletically set up. I set my stance a lot like people like Ben Hogan and Sam Seed and kind of the old classic golfers did, because I think the way they did it is more efficient and cleaner and with less moving parts than the newer swings. So I get in an athletic position like this. My weight is back, my butt is up, okay? My butt is up and back like this. My back is straight, my chest is hopefully out, okay? But the rest, I'm trying to get into this position, but I'm trying to be relaxed about doing it. I'm not trying to be tight about getting into this position, okay? I'm just trying to be relaxed. Face on, it kind of looks like this. My hands are in the center, I've got my good grip here, my club is square. And what I like to feel is I like to feel a little bit forward towards my left side, but I'm going to be tilted a little bit to the right, okay, because a couple of different reasons. First of all, I like to have my right knee kind of kicked in a little bit, okay, which is kind of like the guys did it back in the day, okay, and that it kind of opens my legs just a little bit, but because my right hand is lower than my left hand on the club, in the setup, my right shoulder will be tilted back. So my hips will be slightly forward, my right shoulder will be tilted back, which is going to create a situation where I'm either 50-50 or maybe 60-40 on my inside of my right leg, my right pillar, okay? This is really important. The reason I feel like this is so important in your setup is because I want to sort of preset everything that I'm going to do in the backswing to make it easier for me to get back there where I want to go. Okay, I want to get deep into my backswing to wind up and let it rip. I don't know if you guys have seen the new movie Happy Gilmore Part 2. My wife and I watched it the other night. Absolutely hilarious. Literally some good belly laughs in it. And then some of it's silly, you know, just like the first one. But I mean, it was really, really funny. But they had players within the movie that were kind of competing with Happy Gilmore, Adam Sandler's character. And they were winding up like you'd imagine, like back in the day, like John Daly wound up, or like you see those pictures of people winding up like you know, I don't know, twisting their entire body ridiculously far so that they can unwind and go faster. That's kind of what's in my head when I'm getting set up to hit a golf ball. I want to twist far. I want to get back there so that I can unwind and unload on the golf ball. Okay, so it's not really what's happening, but I just kind of have that thought in my head. So watch Happy Gilmore 2 if you get a chance, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm in my stance. I'm slightly forward with my hips, and I'm slightly tilted to the right with my shoulders, and that puts me in a position where I've got maybe 60% of my weight on the inside of this right knee, right thigh, and my right foot. And I try to keep the weight a little bit farther back towards my heel on my right foot, my right pillar, okay, my trail pillar here. All right. So then I get into my stance, and I'm ready to go. And then when I go to turn, I'm going to turn. I'm pushing from my back of my left shoulder here. My shoulder blade is where I push from, my left shoulder blade to get back. I'm pushing and I'm turning over top of my trail pillar, my right pillar. Okay, my right leg. My weight gets deeper into my right leg, maybe 70-80% here, but I'm not really moving to my right to create the weight shift. I'm merely turning because I'm already preset over my right leg. Okay, this is imperative. This removes a whole bunch of different little moves and different shifts, and it removes. It adds consistency. It doesn't remove consistency. It adds consistency because I have less movement. Okay, most guys, you know, we set up and we set up kind of straight on, and we have to shift our weight and move over here to get over there. I don't have to do that. I'm already there, okay? And the guys back in the day, they didn't have to do that either. They're already there. They just get more weight into the right side when they load up, okay? So once again, I'm here. I'm getting set up. I'm in what you would call an athletic position. I look like I'm going to run that way, right? And so I get here, I set my weight into here, and then I literally just turn over this right pillar, okay? Now, once I've turned over to this right pillar, on the way up, I've got to figure out a way to get my weight, my butt and my weight over to my left pillar, okay? So on the way up, what I do is I load up here, I rotate and get my shoulder behind the ball, and as I'm getting to the top, I move my butt back into the left, down back into the left, into the ground. Now, you guys have heard, especially right now, there's a lot of teaching out there where guys are like, we're going to sit down into this shot, and we're going to move into our feet to press into the ground, to use the ground as leverage, okay? So that you can really refine your golf swing, you can let it rip, okay? This is a good motion. I just don't want it going into your toes, because almost everybody that I see does this type of number. I want you to watch my left knee here. They go back here, and as they get ready to go through, they go this way to lean forward. Their knee literally goes forward towards the golf ball, okay? You do that, you're in trouble. And the reason you're in trouble is because now you're going towards your toes. Watch what happens when I go this way with my left pillar. Watch my head, specifically my head, okay? All right, so I start here, I go back, and then I move forward with my knee. Watch what my head does. Okay, when you move forward like this with your knee, your head moves forward, which is going to move your entire swing forward, which is going to bring you outside the golf ball. This is a huge reason why people shank the golf ball, okay? Now, there are a lot of other reasons too. A lot of them have to do with your hands. I can talk to you about that in another lesson. But this is really, really important. We do not want to move forward with our left knee when we make the transition from our right pillar to our left pillar, our trail pillar to our lead pillar, okay? We do not want to make that knee shift or that weight shift towards our left toe. We want to do it the opposite of that. When we get back in here over our right pillar, on the way up, we want to shift our butt back. See this? Watch this. Here we go. I'm getting up and I'm shifting my butt back and to the left. Back and to the left. Okay? I'm going to show you the coolest drill you've ever seen that you all can do at home to help you with this, and you're just not going to believe how simple it is and how easily it works. Okay? I'm going to actually perform it, and I'm going to hit golf ball too and show you how it works. Okay? But this is how we want to do it. Why do we move? Why we don't want to move this way, right? But why do we move this way? Why do we get up here and move this way, back and to the left, into our butt? Now, some people say it's because we want to move down into the ground to create more power. That's not the reason. That is an effect of the cause, but it is not the reason. Okay? It is helpful, but it's not the reason. I want to create space. Okay? Space so that my arms can swing through the hitting area. Okay? So when I'm talking about space, I'm talking about the space that's here between my pelvis and my hands. All right? If I go up here and I move forward and then try to swing, now my left knee, my left leg, my belly, my chest, everything's in my way. I can't swing off to the left because they're all in my way. So what do? I come this way. If I go forward, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to come over the top to try to get around my body so I can swing off to the left, because you're rotary, right? You're going to be turning. This is not what we want. What we want is we want to be able to swing to our left with nothing in the way. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to get over here, and as we start to get to the top over our right pillar, we're going to get up here, we're going to move back into the left, into our left butt, our left haunch, okay? And this creates room here to allow us to turn and get our club to go off to the left, okay? That's the reason. That's why I want to do this, okay? And we need more people to explain this. I did see a video where Tiger explained that that's kind of the way he thinks of it a little bit, by pushing back into the left. He was pushing his whole butt back, but I want you to feel like it's your left butt cheek. I don't care about your right butt cheek. If you're right-handed, I want your left butt cheek to feel like it's moving back into the left. Now, I'm going to grab a chair. I'm going to show you this here really, really quickly, show you the drill, so that you guys can understand what we're talking about here. Okay, so if I set this up right here, I'll move it a little bit back here, and I get into a position where just barely the back of my thighs right here, my hamstrings is almost touching or just barely touching the chair. When I go back, so you're going to it's basically bar stool height, okay? So I'm going to take my swing back here, okay? Get into my right side, my right pillar, and as I get up to my right pillar, I'm going to try to sit my left butt down here on the chair, okay? Just touch, barely touch it, but almost sit down on it, okay? And I'm going to try to sit my butt down on it, then I'm going to swing through, and then I'm going to stand up out of it, okay? So this is literally the drill. You're going to feel like you literally sit your butt down, your left cheek, by pushing your butt back onto this stool, okay? So hopefully, if I do this right. So here, sitting and driving, okay? Here, sitting and driving, and we're up and we're out, okay? By pushing your butt back like that, that creates that room there that you need, okay? It looks something like this. We get here, and as we're going up, we move to our left pillar, back into the left, okay? And that shifts the weight, 70% of weight maybe that we had over here, to 70% over here, so that we can turn around this pillar now and finish. Okay? I cannot stress this enough that you have two legs and one body. Okay, so you got to start thinking about this. If your legs were just like this, you could just swing right around it. Which is why when you hit pitch shots around the greens, okay, your legs are narrow because it allows you to turn a little bit easier. Your hips can turn a little bit easier this way. Okay, and it keeps you more centered that way. But you can't swing a driver this way, you'd fall over, right? Because the driver's too long, it's pulling away from you. all your clubs are too long. You can't really do that. So what are you going to do? You're going to widen your stance, and you're going to have to swing over one pillar with your body, then move over and swing over the other pillar with your body. And the key is your head just stays in the center. So everything's happening below. It's primarily really below your belly button is where it's really happening. So you're getting here, you're loading up, you're moving over, and then you're turning over this pillar. So you get here, you start loaded up on your right at the beginning, you load up, get over your right pillar, now everything's over, then you move over to your left pillar by sitting down with your left butt cheek back, okay, and then you move and you turn your hips into it that way. You try to keep your head back in the shot, okay. This is the two-pillar method. Now, I'm not really a method teacher, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's almost no other way to think of this really in a biomechanical way that works. I mean, you've got to swing over one or the other. I mean, I don't know how you I've seen some guys that were really good. I had a guy that was another PGA professional. His name's Chip Sullivan. I helped him, and he ended up winning the national championship at one point. But he had a very narrow stance. Like his stance was like this, even for driver. Okay, he's a big, tall guy. You know, he's probably about 6'2", something like that, and he just could hit it a country mile. I mean, real long arms and that type of thing. But his swing went really up high, okay, with high hands, and he had a very narrow stance, and then he would come down and under, and he would just hit the living bejesus belt out of it, and the ball would just carry and carry. Now, when he missed it, when he was off, when his swing got off, and a lot of times it was because of what was happening with his arms and his hips, when he missed it, he had so much power, he would just miss like incredibly wide. You know, I mean, he could miss it 100 yards wide one way or the other, but at the same time, he could also just dominate everyone if he was hitting it good, which he did, and he won a national championship with the PGA. So that's pretty impressive, okay? I think he also went to University of Houston, and I think he actually roomed with Elkington, if I remember correctly, and just super good player. So he almost was, because his feet were so narrow at address, he was almost trying to swing over the center of everything, you know, trying to almost use his feet together as one pillar. But I'm telling you, 99.9% of us can't do that. I mean, he was just exceptionally talented and had great balance. So my suggestion is you get set up here, like we talked about, you're going to be pressed forward a little bit with your left hip over this way, okay? And then you're going to be tilted a little bit to the right, which is going to create this weight over the right pillar type feel. Your hands are going to be, in the center, and you're going to be ready to go. You're going to rotate over top of the right pillar, and as you're getting close to the top, you're going to move the weight to your left pillar. So it's going to go from 70-30 from the trail pillar to the lead pillar, right? So you're going to go 70-30, then you're going to go move it over, and then it's going to be 70-30 the other way, and then you're going to rotate into this, okay, this other pillar, to 100% to 0%, basically, okay, maybe 5% back here, all right, through the end of the golf swing. So super important. And once again, you're going to use the drill to go back. Let's get back here just a little bit. To go back into your right pillar, then you're going to sit your left pillar down here, like sit your left cheek down, bang, okay, like this, and then you're going to finish and stand up over that. This will work like a charm. You cannot believe how well this drill will work for you. It will really help you understand what happens with the weight shift back and through, okay? So super important. And why are we doing this? One more time, we're not doing this to create power, although center face contact will create power, and you will actually can create more speed by feeling like you're pressing into the ground. But more importantly, instead of going this way, where we're blocking ourselves from swinging through, we're going this way, sitting our butt down to create room here so that our arms can swing through to the left and finish our golf swing, okay? So, quick lesson, super important lesson about how the pillars of the golf swing work, okay? The pillars, right pillar, left pillar, trail pillar, lead pillar, okay? However you want to describe it. This is super, super important. Once you master this technique and you understand this technique, your golf game is going to improve dramatically. I mean, there's a million different ways we can improve it, but this is going to be a big, big, big improvement, okay? Once you understand how to shift your weight back and forth and feel like you're back, pressing back, okay? Now, we've got a lot more to come. Stay tuned and keep watching the channel because there's a lot more to come. And thanks to all the people that are giving us a holler and asking us for video lessons. We're doing a lot of that, and people seem to be enjoying it. What I do is as I said before, is you guys can contact me, and if you want a video lesson, I will create you a 45-minute video lesson just for you. All I need you to do is you send me a picture of down the line, and you send me a picture of facing. So a picture facing you as you're swinging, and a picture down the line, okay? Or a video of each down the line when you're swinging. I just need to see both. You just send those to me via email or by link or whatever through YouTube. Anything's fine. And then I'll make a video for you. I mean, you get in touch with me and we pay through Venmo and that kind of stuff. But I'll make a video for you, and then you're going to be on your way. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'm Carey Hodsden, PGA at X Golf Chesapeake, and hit 'em long and straight. And I will see you very soon. Thanks.